Hey everybody, we're back out on the farm enjoying that warm spring weather that apparently decided to come really early this year. It's the first week of February, and yeah, we got some cool projects going on. We are going to turn some beds over today. Don't mind my hair, it's the classic hat hair. It was cold this morning, we had the winter hat on. But now, especially in here, it's probably like, it's a nice 70 at least. So, yeah, we've got 4 beds in here. We had some lettuce, and then we had some arugula that we have cleaned up and finished. We harvested that back in probably late December. Into early January. And so what we're doing now is we're going to take those 4 beds and we're going to flip them quick, and we're going to reseed them right away. And it's a good practice, and I'm learning this myself, especially those crops that you might only get a 1 harvest out of. It's not really ideal what we want to do in the high tunnels. We want to try to get like our spinach right here, we want to try to only plant once and do multiple cuts, but we just don't have that good of luck with like lettuce and stuff like that in the winter. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our handy dandy rototiller down there, which we're warming up. We're going to rototill these 4 beds lightly because they already were fertilized and incorporated back in October of last year. And so what we're doing is we're just going to fluff the top of it to have a nice soft, smooth seed bed to plant into. Yeah, so let's get rolling. We are going to be planting arugula today. We're going to be planting some radishes, and I'm really excited. We're working with Johnny's on a number of new, I guess new to me, greens varieties, baby greens varieties that we're going to trial for this coming fall, winter. Kind of the end of the season, but we're going to take some time to trial stuff now while we have the time to experiment, and we can look at things more closely and really see what grows well, what we like, what we don't like, flavors, taste, color, loft, everything. So we're really interested in greens. It's a really popular market in the winter around here for where we live, and I'm excited to try it. So we'll go over those varieties that we're trialing out and how we're planting them, and yeah, we'll do some planting as well. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy, and let's get to it. So of course we start our rototilling, and it's going wonderful, but the dang machine doesn't want to move for the life of it. And I look over, and of course one of the tires are flat. The rototiller has tubeless tires, and when they sit for a long period they just lose air, but you can't really tell until you start getting in the field. So thankfully we've got these handy dandy air tanks we can carry around, and yeah, so we'll fill up that tire with air and we'll get back to it. So we just got our beds rototilled and firmed, and because we work with smaller high tunnels right now until we get into the big game, when we're going to be working with that one over there. I still can't do this pointing thing. We do a lot of stuff kind of by hand / mechanically. I think it's a little bit of a mix of both, but it works well. So we got those beds rototilled. The ends kind of get choppy because we kind of hit a wall at the end. So when we lift up the rototiller, we deal with just clods and holes and stuff at the end of the bed. So I just use a metal rake like this, and just kind of clean it up, pull the soil in to make a nice flat surface on the ends. And then if there's any ridges or anything in the bed themselves, I will just run that rake down it quick and kind of just smooth out any humps from the, or ridges if you will, going down from the rototiller. And then lastly, we have this very antiquated grass roller. I think it's got like a million rust holes in it and whatever, but I've learned over the years that when you're direct seeding really small seeded stuff densely, you need a nice firm flat bed to plant into. And my rototiller gives me a nice fluffy 6 to 8 inch bed, which is great for transplants and stuff. But when it comes to direct seeding stuff, you really want a nice firm bed. So we take this and we run it down the beds. I go over the beds twice, and that really gives me a nice packed surface. And as you can see, I can take my hand and it's firm. It's firm. So that's what we're looking for. Yeah, it's nice to be back in the game. I love playing with the soil. Smells, the warmth. It's summer's coming. So yeah, we're going to be doing 2 beds of arugula here. We had arugula over here in the fall. We're going to do a little bit of rotation within the tunnel. I like to just, as much as you can, mix things up. I don't care if it's on a weekly basis, if you're planting something a month later, you know, try to plant something new in that spot. Especially because these beds are never resting, and I don't want to give them the same thing just year after year, every time we plant. So I really try to mix up all these beds every time we plant. So we're doing arugula here, and over here we've got a big bed. We're going to do some radishes, some Rover red radishes for the spring. And then this is going to be our test plot here. And we've got like, I don't even know, there's like 10 varieties to choose from or something. So I'm excited. Let's go grab the planter, let's go grab the seed, and we'll get to it.